Outrageous. It's an absolute madness, lad. Absolutely crazy. It's mad, you know?
From the
Merseyside. There's two lads
Texas.
in the team I coach. They're from Liverpool. Absolutely love them.
Big them up.
Whole time I'm just talking to them in a Liverpoolian accent, bruv.
Liverpoolian accent.
Come on, lads.
Talk stuff.
Control the ball, lads.
Backslang.
Jamie Carragher. Can I get a can of Coke? Jamie, I need a can.
Can of Coke. Can of Coke.
Where's my Warren Duchesne? Where's my Lauren? Golly.
And we're back. We're back.
Shout out the Scousers.
Yo.
Yes, people, we're back again. You know what I'm saying?
It's tree for tree.
Treat for tree.
Episode 3. On
Episode 3.
Some BS. On some big stuff.
On some whatever. What does BS really mean?
I don't.
I think you should tell me. Come on.
I mean.
You know, I got the vocals as well. Whenever, if you ever need a feature, just.
If you ever need a feed,
I'll hop on the chat, bro. I got bars as well.
I'm waiting, man.
Trust me, bro.
The boost there.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be 40,000 feet. I got a foot fetish. There we go. Let that one marinate. You'll get it soon.
Alright.
When we're in the PJ.
The PJ.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
You'll get it. Anyway, people, welcome back again to On Some BS. Round of applause. That's going to sound like havoc in the mic, isn't it? But yeah, we are back again, people. Another episode. It is Bubs. It is
Dred.
And we are here to just sprinkle a bit of information, entertainment, and all-round satisfaction into your life. You know what I'm saying? Right now, you're probably kicking it back on the sofa. You may be with a sweet one. You may be by yourself. Watching us, our two chocolate faces on the screen, looking all elegant and gang.
Melanin.
You know what I'm saying?
Melanin.
So I hope you enjoy this episode. Today we're gonna be a bit slightly different, lad. A bit of a twist. A bit of a
we're talking about growing up.
Yeah, talking about growing up, mate. You know what I mean?
Growing up in the
fucking hell, lads.
You know what I mean?
With the geezers.
Yeah,
the
mate.
geezers and that.
In the white area.
In the pub.
You know.
Yeah. So they're gonna kill us now. Tommy Robinson's gonna come down to my yard and try to get cracking. I'd smack up Tommy Robinson. Bro. I just want to put that out there. I just want it to be known. Tommy Robinson, I'd smack you up just so
he gets snuffed.
We're all on the same wavelength. If we ever got cracking between yourself and myself, you're getting it. Just so everyone, yeah,
on God,
perfect,
on God,
on Jesus Christ. Hey, listen though. Today's a bit of a slightly different episode, people. Let's get serious.
Slightly different.
So obviously, you know, growing up in the UK, it's an experience for sure. But you know, you may or may not know that me and Dred, the areas that we grew up in, we didn't grow up in London.
Not from London, mate.
Yeah, not from London.
Not from London, mate.
Nor did we grow up in the north, obviously, or anything. So you know, we grew up down south near the coast.
Yeah, man.
Dred, you grew up here in you grew up in
Brighton, mate.
Exactly. I grew up in Crawley, which is very close to Brighton. It's like half an hour away on a train.
But they're both predominantly white.
Yeah, we are in a white country, so logic dictates that it would be predominantly white. And obviously, there's no problem with that. You know, I think that's fantastic. I love multiculturalism. I love diversity, and I love mixing with different people and cultures. You know, that is what life is about for me. If everyone looked the same and act the same, it would be dead.
But what we want to share is how it's affected our personality.
How it's changed us, you know. Well, not 100%. Changed us, but how it's, you know, nurture nature, how we've grown up, molded us literally. The way we speak, the way we act, you know, the things that we're aware of, our knowledge, our history of our culture, and how that, you know, shines through in what we do and stuff. So hopefully this resonates with a lot of you. You don't have to just be black to watch this, by the way, nor do you have to just be white. You can be from any race, any country, background. Anything, you know what I mean? This is an inclusive little thing that we got going on here. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean, mate?
So, you know, it's for everyone. But Yeah, so growing up was, I think, a large part of it. We were slightly talking about it just a moment ago, but a large part of it is like you're directly, yeah, you've got like your parents, and then obviously your immediate family. But if you're talking like school and stuff like that,
your peers,
yeah, your peers, but it's like obviously naturally you're gonna have a lot less people that look like you
for sure.
Growing up, so that automatically has an effect. But I think when you're younger, you might not realize it as much because you're just all kids. But I think that's when little things like microaggressions and like subtle racism, let's say, like
you don't even know it's happening.
You're not gonna, yeah, exactly.
You don't even know it's happening at that age, but you're slowly getting, hit.
Yeah, I remember I used to not get invited to parties and that. And I don't care. I don't think it was because I was a bit naughty, and I'm sure it's because I was, black. No, I do think that though, but I don't even. Yeah, I think that's just a part of growing up, really. No, you just gotta be honest with it, innit? There's no point beating around the bush, like
it's like it's different because there's people. Obviously, I grew up in a white family, so I know what it's like to be around white people, but certain white people just don't. They're not educated enough.
Yeah,
a lot of people are ignorant. Some people are arrogant. Some people are ignorant.
Yeah.
So,
but it's not even something like a lot of it. Like you're saying, the ignorance is like, because ignorance is bliss, as they say. But like you don't even know you're being ignorant, because if you're not informed on something, then that's gonna influence how you act at the end of the day, isn't it? Despite if it's not pleasant or not. If you don't know, you don't know. So that's why education is really important on topics such as that, and just like I said, with like mixing with people and stuff.
But how can you expect these teachers in these areas to teach black people how to be black? You know what I'm saying? When there's 2 black people in the class, there was literally 3 black people in my year in primary school. You get me, my brother Kojo, big up, and I can't even remember the other person's name, but yeah, there was only a few. You know what I'm saying? But how can they teach you how to be? They can't. You know what I'm saying? Only your environment can teach you that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. When you're in the black community, you get me.
Or like if you go like to London on the weekends or something like that. Or
I was literally. I remember when I went to London when I was younger, and I couldn't believe how many black people I was. I was like, "What is going on?" I said to my mum, "That's a me."
That's a me.
I swear to God, I swear, because I was not used to seeing it. Because I grew up in Brighton, bro, and there's not a lot of black people.
Yeah,
as much.
Yeah, even in where I'm from, same. Well, now it's like very. I'd probably say since I was about, I don't know, like 10 or something, there's been an influx, and now it's very like
with unis and stuff like that, and people just find out about.
But off the rip, like, or you're jumping off the porch. Yeah, it really is a lonely jug at times, because it's literally just you and maybe 1 or 2 others.
I look back at pictures like, fucking hell.
Yeah.
You stood out like a sore
thumb. It's like a sore thumb. I think, I'm not going to lie, mate, like, I used to get in, like, I was naughty, yeah, but I only really did it, if I'm looking back now, yeah, if I'm being honest. No, for real, innit? I only used to get in trouble, yeah. This is going to sound a bit dumb, but it's the truth, and I know a lot of men did the same. I used to get in trouble, yeah, purely because I could. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't messing about because I just wanted to be a nuisance. Yeah, I was just doing it because I could. Like, that's always slightly, you know what I'm liking. That's always been me, in it. I like to sort of push the boundaries and see like what exactly.
I was very cheeky in school.
I mean? What exactly is what I go on with a situation? Like with teachers and that, I'd love to just war with them, yeah, just to see what they're on. Do you know what I mean? Like, all right, cool, say nothing. Like, I'm on that as well. Like, match the energy. Like, I remember in school, I used to obviously times I get in trouble or whatnot, but
you become a target though. Instantly.
Yeah, you definitely become a target. Like me and my brethren, we got split up. Shout out Hosanna out in the States, man, doing his thing. Yeah, me and my brethren, we got split up when we went to secondary school. Cause obviously primary school would have told them like, yeah, watch out for these 2. Yeah. So we got split up. They were hating on our thing, but obviously, and then bro, it was jarring. And even when in school, we got split up in groups, bro. So we used to all run around as a big batch, innit? Like, I'm talking like 15, 20 man deep, like in school, bro. We were, yeah, there was numbers in that group, but it was everyone. It was white, black, Asian, everything, like all in one group. So we got split up into threes. So we were only allowed to bop around school, and like break time and lunch and that in groups of threes. That's how not like menacing or anything like that, but that's how, like, I don't know, they were trying to like break up the connection or something. I don't know. Like,
I hear you.
They weren't liking it. But no, what I was gonna say originally is we're in schools. So imagine this now, yeah. So I'll get in trouble like here and there, you know what I mean? Like push the boundaries a bit. But you see, when Ofsted used to come in, and I don't know if anyone else has had this experience, but my personal own experience, Ofsted used to come in, no word of a lie, I put it on everything. No, I promise you, no word of a lie. Ofsted used to come in, before they come in, come here quickly, all right. And then this is the teacher, they're like, oh, okay. You see when they come in, come into the class, You see when they come in, can you make sure like you like put your hand up and ask questions? You know, you're very engaging and you've got a lot of energy, So from then, I clocked the play in. I saw what they were on. I saw what they were on, and that's why, like I said,
trying to use them for my
do you know what I mean? They clocked it. They saw,
when you need the backup.
When you need me, now you want me. But when you were sending me out of class, we see Dookie talking and not me, we weren't cool then. But when you need me for Ofsted so you can pass so the school can get outstanding, then you need me. So that's what I'm saying. That's
inclusive.
Yeah, bro. That's what I'm saying about how like I clocked the pattern that was going on, like cool. And that's why I kind of moved the way I did in school.
Bro, them teachers took the piss. Bro, I swear to God, listen, may God strike me down right this minute.
Oh no.
My year 7 form tutor, one time he was trying to select one of us to go into a group, whatever, me and someone else. He goes, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a nigger by the toe.
Swear down.
I swear on my... May God strike me down right now.
What happened then?
Bro,
I would have lost my mind, bro.
He was like, what the fuck did he say? He's like, do you know what he said? He said, sorry, we used to say that as kids.
Oh. That cop out, that old chestnut.
Even at that age, I didn't realize how serious that was. So I told my mum, and like I think they reported it.
Yeah.
But he never got nothing ever happened.
They brushed it under the carpet type.
Exactly.
Shit. Yeah.
He was still a form tutor, you still teaching.
Can't even say I'm surprised that was the outcome, to be fair.
Mr. Patterson.
Yeah, fuck you, pussy. I didn't even know you, but fuck you, joke man.
Bro, I couldn't believe it.
That's mad, bro. So what, like, okay, cool. So
how mad is that?
I don't even know how to like move forward. So what?
Form tutor.
Yeah, and then what? How long did you have him in form tutor? Just for a year, or like?
He was my form tutor.
Oh, for the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh, raw.
He goes, oh, sorry, we used to say that as kids.
So then, obviously, I'm assuming your relationship with him was fractured beyond repair from that point.
He was always on to me, like Kojo, my brother in Baja, he's Palestinian, like anyone from the ethnic background. He was always like, you know, first to get us. You know what I'm saying, like.
That's mad, bro.
Fucking mad, bro.
That's mad.
Mad.
Yeah, that is. I think, like we said, ignorance, bro. Ignorance is a big thing. That's why I'm big on trying to like learn from others and from their mistakes and my own mistakes. And because obviously now we're getting to that, well, we're at that age where we're like, we're not youths, of course. We're men, you know what I mean? Young men, whatever you want to call it, we're men. And like we're getting to like 30's around the corner. Like that's within the next 10 years. So it's like, yeah, we're now like sort of at that point where we might be looked upon as people that can give, you know, like guidance and such to a younger generation. So
no, for sure.
I think it's very important to like be aware of these things and be able to articulate yourself in a way that you can get that across.
Well, this is the thing, because back then I used to react, like
lash out. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
you know, that was people used to say things because you know, it's not nice. People used to say shit. Nigger, coon, monkey, like all of these names, bro. Like to the point where I was even embarrassed to say where I was from.
Yeah, same. You get me? Same, yeah.
I was even embarrassed to say where I was from. So, you know, but back then I didn't have the emotional intelligence to know how to react when people say these sort of things. You get me? They're just they're not intelligent. They're not clued up. You know what I mean? Like the worst thing you can do is give in to their stereotype. especially
100%. That's the word.
Like normal civilians or like, you know, security guards and shit in the street. You get me? Because the first thing they're gonna say, "Oh, another angry, aggressive black man."
Guy,
you get me? Right, or aggressive black kid. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you have to learn these things. It takes time.
It does take time. It does take time, especially when you're a kid. That's why you can't pressure yourself too much. Like, you can only really learn from, you know, directly from the experience, and then from, you know, older siblings, or, you know, cousins, uncles, parents, grandparents, and sort of
try to learn from that. Some of the shit people used to say.
It is mad, isn't it? But I feel like
black in the Union Jack.
Bro, I feel like, though, you know what it is?
I've heard it all, mate.
It is like, I don't know if good's the word, but it does make you a stronger person, I think, because, you know, automatically, like, you know how our parents used to say that, like, as a black person, or, you know, as someone that's not from you know, background, is from here, you got to work 10 times harder.
Yeah,
I've always had that in the back of my mind, that whenever I'm doing something,
and if you know that, then you're just automatically any sort of little thing, you're just gonna push it to the side, you know. But it's like, sometimes, you know, you got to learn these things, innit? Do you know what I mean? Like, sometimes people say shit,
you can't react to everything. You got to pick your battles as well.
Exactly. Definitely. Sometimes it's not worth the aggro. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, I think, you know, it's good, though. Well, you know, I am glad I had the experience I had growing up. I'm glad that, you know, because when I was younger, my mum used to take me and my brother to Peckham every weekend. If I tell you the amount of times I've been on Queens Road, Peckham, the amount of times I've come out of Peckham Rice Station in my childhood, bro, it's mad, bruv. It's mad. I used to like no word of a lie. I used to go there every weekend, bro. We would go shopping and that, because obviously, you know, like down here, because we couldn't get all the things that we needed. You know what I mean, for the Agusi and such and so forth. For the Agusi and that, you know what I mean.
Nice.
Yeah, man, I'm Nigerian, bro.
Big.
Yeah, man. The best country in the whole of Africa. You know what I mean? I don't want to pit my black brothers and sisters against each other, but I feel like if we're all aware of facts, but it's true. If we're all aware of the facts from the jump, then we can be better. You know what I mean? It'll be awkward if they're from Congo and Gambia and that, and they're thinking that, you know, we're dirt. You know what I'm saying? We're all one, but my one is, you know what I mean? My yay is different to your yay. No, but on a real, we used to go Peckham a lot. And yeah, even that, bro, that, like, now when I look back, I'm annoyed I didn't appreciate it as much, because obviously I'm getting dragged there really and truly when I'm a youth. Like, I'm not spending a lot of my weekends in Crawley, bro. I'm saying to bear my weekends in Peckham. So I'm a bit annoyed because I can't link my brethren and things like that. But now looking back, I'm like, rah, my mum was, even though it wasn't something I really wanted to do, I was getting that experience where I'm intermingling and like
keeping you around your people,
keeping me around my roots and around people that look like me, and you know, the music they listen to and the food they eat is all from my similar background and culture. Even like all the yardies and that, like I used to see people on the roads and like cooking jerk chicken and shit, and you know, just playing like reggae music and things like that. Even like some Asians, you know, the Pakistanis and that. There was one guy, his name was Saeed. He used to have a phone shop. I can't remember what country he's from in Asia specifically.
Saeed, you know.
I believe his name is Saeed. And he used to have all the phones you wanted, bro. Literally all the phones. He was the guy. I can't remember where he moved to in it, but yeah, he was he was the guy in
that's definitely important though, especially like at them young ages there where you're developing, you're growing.
Experience it, man.
You need to like sponge, you know what I'm saying?
Because now you can't even do that, bro. Like, if I had youths right now and I said, let's go Peckham, bro, you're not gonna see that, bro, because it's all gentrification. Like, it's not, it doesn't even exist anymore.
True.
So it's like, and that's what I mean about like ignorance. That's a part of my childhood, where I learned so many things that now if I had kids, I can't even teach them that or allow them to, like, they're not going to be able to see that because it doesn't exist anymore. And then that's where ignorance stumbles in. Because if they were to go there, they're not learning from people that look like them or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Because it's not there anymore. So that's why it's so important to really take advantage of them opportunities when you get them. Because it is an opportunity. As much as it might feel like it's not, it really isn't. You know, it's helped with like me with like networking and stuff. Like, I've definitely, especially because you know what people are like from all backgrounds and culture. They're no nonsense in it. You know what I'm saying? Especially even with youths, bro, they don't play. Like if you're a waste youth to them, they will treat you as such. So it definitely helped me with like, you know, speaking to people and networking and that. Like, so when I'm with, you know, people that are in the upper echelon or whatever, it don't really phase me, innit? Cause it's just like normal, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? So that's definitely a benefit of it.
It's important. You know, it all stems from the parents and, you know, how we're educating our children, you know what I'm saying? The community that we're around. Definitely all stems from there, but like schools, like I don't know, just like the schools are not teaching you shit.
Yeah, the school system ain't enough for that.
You know what I mean? At one point, I just literally assumed that we just started as slaves, bro. Literally.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. You would think that, bro. Do you know how many times we learn about like the World War and that? Like obviously that was peak, and
when I think back, I literally don't remember how we came about.
Yeah, you wouldn't know from school. You wouldn't know from school.
They put on roots. They put on fucking. They should tell us about the slave trade. They tell us that we were slaves. Yeah. They don't tell us about any of that.
That's so true. You know, you generally would not know from school.
I'm telling you, I did not know. At one point, I didn't even know. Like, where the hell did we come from?
Yeah, no, that does make sense though, innit? Like when I look back and reflect. I don't remember. I think slave trade was like the start for us.
Bear in mind, how they try to make it white people.
That's crazy. You know what? Another thing with school as well. Yeah. Do you remember how they? Obviously, you got the dreads on that, yeah, and a twist or whatever.
I didn't have dreads back then. No,
no, I bet not. But bro, you know what they used to do with the haircuts when you couldn't have it below a number 2. Jesus. Do you remember, bro? That was I know all my black brothers are watching this, agreeing and nodding their head, bro. Remember?
I think, bro. I think the girls struggled with that.
Yeah, as well. Yeah,
like when they had afro out of, you know, frizzy hair. Yeah,
I think the slide weren't even allowed to braid it sometimes as well. They just had to have it out. But yeah, I remember the haircuts. That was peak because obviously with our hair, because it's curlier and that, like it just generally doesn't look as like well kept if it isn't cut frequently, especially like lower. Like if we're just being honest.
Back then, bro, at school.
So like our parents are willing to cut our hair and that, but then you come into school with a fresh trim, and then you get isolation because your hair's too short. Like, what the fuck?
You're just immediate target.
I'm saying, noise,
detention.
Literally, it's like you got a target on your back, but you
excluded.
You don't even realize it, bro. But it's like, you're thinking like, why always me? Why always me? Like, and I would hate to call somebody a racist for no reason, but it's like
you don't know people's agenda.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And the microaggressions and things like that. But me, I didn't give a damn, bro. I mean, I'll come in with whatever trim I wanted, bruv. I didn't give a shit.
School, bro.
Yeah, same, bro.
No, you get me. Like I didn't give a fuck, bro. But I was actually a menace in school.
School was lit though. I did like school. I'm not gonna lie.
I think, you know, teachers, you know, like most of the teachers that I still got respect for till today.
I got a LinkedIn and that.
But they were like teachers who just like were down to earth. You know what I mean? They would shout back at you. Do you know what I mean? They wouldn't have the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't take the bullshit. They were straight up people. But a lot of teachers are just, you know, they've done the degree, they've studied, they've got the...
Yeah, they don't really care.
Exactly.
It's just a paycheck.
Exactly. So, you know, but... Yeah, man. They need to switch up the curriculums for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I think, especially now, what's going on, I think, because it's like the UK, like...
We're not taught nothing, bro. No financial literacy, no proper...
Yeah, I think that's what I mean, though. Like, you see right now with, like, crypto and, like, house prices and things like that, bro... I don't know how they're not. If they're not, I don't know how they're not teaching kids about that because it's so important. Like this could be a generation of like future millionaires and such, and they won't be. They're not gonna get taught.
Go back into the
it's all obviously it's all the system and that, isn't it? Like leave school. You know, maybe go to uni or get your qualifications, get a job. Yeah, work 9 to 5 all your life,
and then die.
Yeah, that is dead. Yeah, man. Luckily, I'm not on that. You're not on that, so
hell no.
I mean, again, there's nothing necessarily wrong with that, but I feel like every human being should aspire to have more for themselves than that. It shouldn't be like dictated to you that that's the life you're gonna have.
No, I agree.
That just sounds shit to me. Like,
I agree, bro.
And it's a different generation, bro. Like maybe before, like parents and grandparents, the thing for them was, you know, like a good life is getting through school, getting a job. and like living a comfortable life or whatnot. But bro,
that had to be the system to make the world that we have
but
today.
now like I said, we were saying about like streamer university, bro. I'm seeing
without them, we wouldn't have today.
Bro, I'm seeing hundreds of people running around a fake university, and Kai Cenat's like, doing his thing. How can my dream to work in an office? Dead that, bro. That don't make sense.
Dark.
But yeah, school teachers, shout out the good ones. Yeah. Shout out the ones that make time for kids that look different to them. And to the large majority of the class, and make lessons fun and interesting.
Trust.
And keep kids engaged, because obviously education is extremely important. So we give you your flowers.
What it's about, man, keeping people 100%. Engaged, because school is boring as shit, bro. Like, it's fucking boring. A lot of it's
boring. And you don't use, when am I ever going to use Pythagoras' theorem? Ever. Never.
I don't think, algebra,
bid mass. Bare shit I'm never going to use, bro. It's a joke thing.
Bullshit, fam.
Bullshit, bro. They are the ones on some BS. It's you. BS. AQA.
It's you.
AQA.
AQA.
What the other was? AQA. I don't even know. AQA, bro.
I forgot.
No, but forget about it. But yeah, school is definitely an experience. And I just hope by the time I have kids.
I mean, I got kicked out.
You get kicked out?
Yeah.
I never got kicked out, I was on my last chance in primary school like 5 times.
I pushed.
Same way as in secondary. But again, I'm not going to lie. You see how I said about the whole Ofsted thing? Me and the teachers, it was just a love-hate relationship, mate. So I mean, they were threatening me with exclusion and all that. It was never going to happen, bruv. They know what I want.
No.
But right, you got kicked out for real?
I did, yeah. I got kicked out in year 9. Yeah. But the teachers, I was very bright in school, but I just didn't have a care for it at all. Do you know what I mean? So,
yeah. Well, did you? I got this one. Did you get? Oh, you've got all the potential in the world.
Yeah.
If you just
be head boy.
They
used to tell you could be head boy.
Do this, you could do that.
It wasn't. You won't be shit. You won't like. I'm not going on that.
That's why when rappers say that, I think did that really happen?
Oh, it did not.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because bare rappers say, "Yeah, my teacher told me I would never be shit." Did they really say that, bro? Yeah, I can't lie. I never got. I wouldn't be something from a teacher, bro.
I mean, there were some teachers who were like, if he carries on, he'll
of course, but that's just like reality, innit? Like that
teachers are genuinely like he could be this, he could be that. Like he has that potential.
But then maybe our experience is slightly different, innit? A lot of my brethren that went to school in London, they say that it was even worse than what we're saying. Like it was shit. Like everyone was rebellious. Teachers were like, it was shit. Yeah, but then they all came out of A stars, bro, which I don't get. I think the London GCSEs and A levels are fugazi, bro.
Trust me.
Have you ever noticed that, G? Anytime you speak to somebody from London, they manage to all get A's, bro.
So how?
And I know they weren't revising in that, because they'll tell you themselves like they couldn't all be that smart, bro. That annoys me, G. That takes you back to uni, bro. That annoys me. That was one thing. Even my brethren now to this day that went to school in London, and they're all like, "Yeah, I got like all A's and that." How did you get all A's, bro? Like, no, man.
It's fugazi. It's
a lie. It's a damn lie. But anyway, we don't lie. We told you we were gonna bring you episode 3. We have done so. You know what I'm saying? I hope you enjoyed as much as we enjoyed.
Mm-hmm. On some BS.
We're here to take over. This summer's going to be absolutely crazy. Catch us out in... I'm not going to tell you just yet. Okay, just calm it down. All right?
International episode.
Yeah, just chill out. Sit back in your seat. Relax.
Just cool.
Calm it down.
Yeah.
Corner.
Just cool.
Rastafari.
Rastafari.
No, but I've been...
Look him up.
Let's do the outro. Okay, no, but for real.
Wait, let's rewind.
I've been Bubs. He's been... Okay. So, no, can I just say our producer is producing right now, and I bet he is thinking, what the fuck are these lot doing? They need to do the outro, and they're fucking about. So we're going to do it one more time, people. All right. By this time... No, you haven't been Bubs. How can you be Bubs? I'm Bubs. You're Dred. Be your own guy. Be you. Be you, fam. Do you, fam.
Be young.
Be young. Bloody hell. All right. One last go. We're going to... Drum roll. I've been Bubs.
And I've been Dred.
It's been on some BS. Peace.
Love.